Silence is one of the most powerful weapons you will ever possess. In a world where everyone is rushing to speak, to share, to expose every detail of their lives, the one who learns to keep quiet, the one who learns to guard his secrets, becomes untouchable. Many people ruin their own destiny not because of enemies, not because of bad luck, but because they spoke too much, too soon, to the wrong people. Your voice can free you, but it can also destroy you. Every word you release into the world carries weight, and once spoken, it can never be taken back. Why do you think kings sit on thrones in silence while the crowd outside shouts? Why do you think wise men always pause before they speak? Because power is not in the noise, it is in control. When you learn to control your tongue, you master yourself. And when you master yourself, you master life. Keeping your life private is not weakness, it is strength. Weak people need validation, they need applause. They need others to know what they are doing, what they have, where they are going. But strong people are like mountains, silent, steady, unmoved by the winds of gossip or the storms of judgment. If you want to protect your peace, if you want to protect your blessings, you must learn the art of secrecy. Ask yourself, why do you feel the urge to tell people your plans? Why do you need to share your goals, your dreams, your next moves? Often it is because of excitement. But excitement without discipline is dangerous. Every seed that grows begins in darkness, buried beneath the soil, hidden away, unseen by the eyes of men. If you expose a seed too early, it dies. Your dreams are the same. They need silence, they need privacy, they need time to develop roots before they are strong enough to face the light. The moment you tell the wrong person about your dream, you open the door to doubt, envy, and sabotage. Some will smile at you but secretly hope you fail. Others will take your idea and run with it before you even begin. And some will discourage you, not because you cannot achieve it, but because they never could. Understand this, not everyone clapping for you is truly for you. Some clap just to hear the sound of their own hands. If you wish to protect what is precious, you must learn to be silent. There are 3 treasures in your life that you must guard with everything: your emotions, your plans, and your weaknesses. When people know your emotions, they can manipulate you. When people know your plans, they can block you. When people know your weaknesses, they can defeat you. So guard them well. A wise warrior never shows his sword until the battle begins. Privacy does not mean isolation. It does not mean pushing everyone away. It means choosing carefully what to reveal, when to reveal, and to whom. The sun does not announce when it will rise. It simply appears, and the whole world cannot deny its presence. That is how you must live. Work in silence. Let your success speak for you. Let your results announce themselves. A lion does not need to tell the jungle it is a lion. It simply roars and the forest trembles. The problem with many people today is that they confuse exposure with greatness. They believe that if the world knows them, they are important. But what good is it if the world knows you, yet you do not know yourself? What good is it if everyone applauds you, yet you have no control over your own heart, your own discipline, your own path? Privacy is not about hiding from the world. It is about building yourself in silence so that when you finally appear, you are unshakable. Do not underestimate the power of the silent ones. They observe everything. They hear everything. They know much more than they reveal. They walk with calmness because they are not distracted by the need to prove themselves. They do not waste their energy defending, explaining, or boasting. Their silence protects their energy, and their energy builds their strength. If you want to rise above average, you must learn this discipline. Think about the times you told someone your plans. How many of those plans came to life exactly as you imagined? Often. Speaking too soon drains your energy. The mind tricks you into believing you have already achieved something simply because you spoke about it. That false satisfaction kills the hunger, and without hunger, there is no growth. Keep up your fire inside. Let it burn quietly. When it is ready, the world will feel its heat. There are those who will ask you questions, not because they care, but because they want information to use against you. They will smile, they will act curious, but behind the mask is a desire to control, to manipulate, to compete. Learn to recognize such people. Learn to answer with wisdom. Not every question deserves an answer. Not every situation requires explanation. Silence is not weakness, it is strategy. A master once said, when you speak, you repeat what you already know. But when you stay silent, you allow yourself to learn what you do not know. Privacy keeps you in the position of a student, always growing, always learning. The loud man may seem confident, but often he is the most insecure. The quiet man, the one who speaks only when necessary, carries a depth that others cannot measure. Be like that. Do not be so easy to read. Do not let people know your every move, your every thought, your every emotion. Leave them guessing. Leave them wondering. In mystery, there is power. Think of water. It moves silently, yet it shapes mountains. It carves valleys. It sustains life. You never hear water boasting about its power, and yet, without it, life cannot exist. This is how you must live, like water. Silent, essential, powerful. The more private your life, the more peace you will have. The more peace you have, the more focus you gain. And the more focus you have, the more unstoppable you become. Your tongue is like a sword. Use it carelessly, and you will cut yourself. Use it wisely, and you will protect yourself. Every secret you keep is a shield. Every word you withhold is a fortress. The strongest fighters in history never revealed their techniques until the battle demanded it. And even then, they did not show everything. Why? Because once the world knows your strength, it will find a way to break it. Keep something sacred for yourself. Keep something hidden that no one can touch. Do not rush to explain yourself. Do not rush to prove yourself. Time will prove you. Results will defend you. Silence will protect you. Many destroy their relationships, their opportunities, and their blessings by speaking when they should have stayed quiet. Silence is discipline, and discipline is power. Let me remind you of something simple but profound. Not every friend is a friend. Not every family member is for you. Not every person smiling at you wants to see you win. Some want to see your blueprint so they can copy it. Some want to see your weakness so they can exploit it. And some simply want to know your business because their own life is too empty. Do not feed them with your words. Guard yourself. A closed mouth is a safe fortress. Remember this truth: a secret loses its power the moment it is spoken. Keep your sacred things sacred. The deepest part of you should not be accessible to just anyone. Your inner world is your temple. Do not open its doors to every passerby. Some people deserve to see your smile, but not your struggles. Some deserve to hear your laughter, but not your tears. Some deserve your presence, but not your plans. Learn to separate them. Learn to protect yourself. In silence, you will discover peace. In privacy, you will discover strength. And in secrecy, you will discover freedom. Do not be afraid to keep your life to yourself. You are not hiding. you are building. You are not isolating, you are protecting. And one day, when the time is right, you will rise, not with noise, not with words, but with undeniable power that no one can ignore. Privacy is not loneliness. Privacy is preparation. The greatest warriors do not train in front of the world. They train in silence, in hidden places, in hours when no one is watching. By the time they step into the arena, their victory is already decided. Why? Because what they did in private gave them strength in public. The same is true for you. What you do in the quiet of your own heart will determine how far you rise when the world is watching. Think of the bamboo tree. For years after it is planted, nothing appears above the soil. People may laugh. They may say it is dead. But underground, in silence, its roots are spreading, strengthening, preparing. Then, in just a short span, it shoots up to towering heights that no one expected. This is the power of privacy. People may underestimate you because they do not see progress. But that is exactly what you want. Do not give them a front row seat to your preparation. Let them doubt. Let them sleep, and when the time comes, rise like the bamboo, unstoppable and unexplainable. But here is the danger. Many people destroy their own bamboo before it grows. How? By telling the world about it too early. They invite opinions, doubts, criticism, envy, and in the noise of it all, they lose focus. Remember this, the crowd is loud, but the crowd is not wise. The crowd will cheer for you one moment and mock you the next. If you rely on their approval, you will never have peace. Silence breaks that chain. Privacy keeps you free from their opinions. Your peace is worth more than their applause. Your growth is worth more than their curiosity. The truth is, most people are not listening to understand you. They are listening to collect information. Information that can be twisted, information that can be repeated, information that can be used against you. This is why you must guard your words carefully. The more you reveal, the more vulnerable you become. But when you keep your secrets, you keep your power. Ask yourself, how many times have you been hurt because you trusted the wrong ear with your words? How many times have you shared your heart only to see it mocked, betrayed, or misunderstood? It is not always malice. Sometimes it is simply ignorance. But the result is the same. Your spirit is wounded, your trust is broken, and your energy is drained. Do not put yourself in that position again. You are not obligated to share everything. You owe no one access to your soul. It takes strength to hold your tongue. It takes discipline to remain silent when your emotions want to speak. But the strongest are not those who shout the loudest. The strongest are those who can stand in silence with storms raging inside them and still reveal nothing. That is mastery. Privacy is also protection from pride. When you share too much about your victories, about your progress, about your blessings, you open the door to arrogance. You begin to rely on what others think of you rather than what you are truly becoming. But when you keep it private, your victories remain pure. They are not about impressing others. They are about proving to yourself what you are capable of. And this purity builds strength that no one can touch. Even in relationships, privacy is vital. Love is not built on public display. It is built on private trust. When you constantly share your private life with the world, you give strangers the power to comment on something sacred. Not everyone who smiles at your love wants to see it thrive. Some smile while secretly hoping it collapses. Protect what is sacred. Not everything is meant for display. Some of you wonder why your life feels heavy, why your spirit feels drained. The answer is simple. You have been giving too many pieces of yourself away. Every time you share a secret, every time you expose your plans, every time you reveal your struggles to the wrong person, you give away energy that should have been kept for your journey. Close the door, gather yourself, reclaim your energy. Privacy restores power. Remember, a hunter does not announce when he is stalking his prey. He moves in silence. He observes. He prepares. And when the time is right, he strikes. If he were loud, if he revealed his position, he would never succeed. Life is the same. If you want to achieve greatness, move quietly, prepare silently, act with precision. And when the time is right, let your results strike with such force that the world has no choice but to respect you. There will always be people who try to pull secrets out of you. Some will ask kindly. Some will pressure you. Some will even disguise their curiosity as care. But you must learn to resist. Do not be so desperate for understanding that you open your soul to every listener. Not every ear deserves your truth. Not every heart can handle your story. And not every mind can comprehend your vision. Keep your life private, not because you are hiding, but because you are protecting. The tree that bears fruit attracts stones. People will not attack what they cannot see. If they do not know your blessings, they cannot envy them. If they do not know your plans, they cannot block them. If they do not know your weaknesses, they cannot exploit them. Silence makes you invisible to attacks. Privacy makes you untouchable. And let me tell you this, your silence will irritate some people. They will be uncomfortable with your mystery. They will feel entitled to your life, your thoughts, your secrets. They will push, they will question, they will demand. But you owe them nothing. Let them be uncomfortable. Let them wonder, let them guess. Your life is yours, not theirs. Protect it fiercely. There is a reason the most powerful forces in this world are invisible. You cannot see the wind, but it can uproot trees. You cannot see the electricity flowing through the wires, but it can light up entire cities. You cannot see gravity, but it holds the oceans in place and keeps the planets in motion. What you cannot see often carries the greatest power. This is why your private life must remain hidden. It is your invisible force. The less people see, the more strength you keep. When you reveal too much, you give people the opportunity to interfere with what they do not understand. Think about it, a candle flame is small and fragile. If you expose it to too much wind, it will be blown out. But if you shield it, protect it, nurture it, it becomes a steady fire that can light the darkest room. Your ideas, your dreams, your struggles, your healing, they are flames. Do not expose them recklessly. Protect them until they are strong enough to burn on their own. Many people wonder why they keep facing disappointment. They ask, why do my plans fall apart? Why do people betray me? Why do I never finish what I start? The answer, more often than not, lies in the tongue. They spoke too soon. They revealed too much. They allowed the wrong voices into their sacred space. And those voices brought doubt, jealousy, negativity, and distraction. What could have been a powerful destiny was weakened by careless exposure. There is a time to speak, and there is a time to remain silent. Wisdom is knowing the difference. The seed must remain underground until the season of harvest arrives. The warrior must remain hidden until the time of battle comes. The artist must remain in solitude until his work is ready to be unveiled. Do not rush the season. Silence is not delay, it is preparation. Some will say, but I feel alone if I do not share. That is because you have been trained by the noise of the world to equate attention with love. But attention is not love. Attention is hunger, and most people are only hungry for gossip, for information, for entertainment. They do not want to see you rise. They want to watch your struggle, to see your flaws, to have something to talk about when you are not in the room. Do not feed them. If you crave connection, connect with yourself. Sit in silence. Learn to be at peace in your own company. That is where real strength is built. Privacy will test you. It will feel heavy at times. You will want to scream out your victories, your pain, your visions. But the discipline of silence sharpens your spirit like a blade. It teaches you to rely on your own strength, to find comfort in your own presence, to move without applause. And when you can do that, you become unstoppable, because nothing outside of you can shake you. Remember this truth: people cannot attack what they do not know. If they do not know where you are weak, they cannot strike. If they do not know where you are strong, they cannot prepare. If they do not know your path, they cannot block it. By keeping your life private, you remove the weapons from their hands. You make yourself untouchable. In every culture, in every ancient teaching, there is a warning against speaking too much. Words are energy. Words create. Words release power. Every time you open your mouth, you are either building or destroying. So guard your speech. Speak less, act more. Let your results do the talking. Let your silence confuse those who expect you to explain yourself. Let your discipline frustrate those who expect you to reveal yourself. This is how you rise without being stopped. Think of an eagle. When it soars high, no bird can reach it. Crows may chase it, peck at it, disturb it when it is low. But once it climbs into the heights, the crows fall away. They cannot survive in the thin air where the eagle belongs. Privacy is that height. It lifts you above the noise, above the gossip, above the envy. When you keep your life private, you are like the eagle, untouchable, unbothered. Your silence is a form of self-respect. It says, my life is too valuable to be open to every eye, every mouth, every opinion. It says, I do not need validation. I do not need applause. I do not need permission. It says, I trust the process, I trust myself, and I trust the timing. When you carry yourself like this, people may not understand you, but they will respect you. Let them wonder what you are doing. Let them guess where you are going. Let them create their own stories, their own assumptions. It does not matter. The truth is yours, and it belongs to you alone. And when the time is right, the truth will reveal itself in a way that no rumor, no opinion, no gossip can deny. That is the beauty of privacy. It does not hide you, it protects you until you are ready to shine. There is dignity in mystery. When people cannot easily read you, they are forced to respect you. When you are an open book to everyone, you give them the power to write in your story, to erase your chapters, to define you by their perspective. But when you guard your life, when you keep your spirit wrapped in silence, no one can alter your destiny. They may speculate, but they cannot control. They may whisper, but they cannot touch. Privacy gives you that dignity. Ask yourself this: why do diamonds remain hidden deep within the earth? Why must men dig, sweat, and labor to find them? Because what is precious is always protected. If diamonds were scattered openly on the ground, they would be trampled like stones. The same is true for your secrets, your visions, your struggles. They are precious. Do not throw them before the careless. Do not leave them exposed for the unworthy. Protect them as the earth protects its treasure. So many destroy themselves because they believe that exposure equals importance. They show their every step online. They tell their every thought to others. They display their every blessing to strangers, and then they wonder why envy rises against them, why sabotage follows them, why peace escapes them. Understand this: when you invite too many eyes into your life, you invite too many hands into your destiny. Not every hand touches to bless, some touch to take. The wise man lives like a river flowing through mountains. He moves, but not loudly. He carves his path, but not in haste. From a distance you may not even notice him. Yet over time, he reshapes entire landscapes. This is the power of privacy: slow, steady, unshakable progress, unseen by most until it is undeniable. And let me tell you this: silence is not just protection from others, it is protection from yourself. How many times have you revealed your plans only to feel your energy vanish after the words left your lips? Speaking too soon creates the illusion of accomplishment, and illusion kills discipline. When you keep your goals secret, the hunger stays alive, the fire keeps burning, the vision keeps pulling you forward. People often confuse secrecy with dishonesty. They say, if you keep things to yourself, you are hiding. No, there is a vast difference between deception and discretion. Deception is built on lies, discretion is built on wisdom. The one who practices discretion is not afraid of truth, but understands that truth must be revealed at the right time, in the right way, to the right people. Anything else is waste. Look at history. The greatest leaders did not reveal their entire strategy to their armies, let alone to their enemies. They spoke only what was necessary, revealed only what was useful, and kept the heart of their plan hidden until the decisive moment. That is why they triumphed. If they had spoken carelessly, their enemies would have been ready. Learn from this. Your enemy is not always outside. It may be envy in a friend, weakness in a family member, jealousy in a colleague. Protect your strategy. Do not mistake noise for strength. Many people speak loudly because they have no power in silence. But the one who truly carries power does not need to announce it. A tiger does not roar to prove it is a tiger. It moves quietly, confidently, with every step proclaiming what it is without words. Your silence should carry the same authority. Let your presence, not your speech, speak for you. The truth is, privacy gives birth to focus, and focus gives birth to excellence. When you are private, you are not distracted by proving yourself. You are not drained by defending yourself. You are not misled by the opinions of others. You are free to focus on the work, on the process, on the journey. And when you give your energy fully to the process, greatness is inevitable. Guard your family life. Guard your relationships. Guard your ambitions. Guard your faith. These are sacred arenas, not public theaters. Not everything belongs on a stage. Some things are meant to be lived quietly, nurtured secretly, cherished privately. And when you live like this, you find a joy the noisy world will never understand. Let them say you are too private. Let them call you mysterious. Let them complain that they cannot read you. Their discomfort is their weakness, not yours. You are not here to satisfy curiosity. You are here to fulfill destiny. And destiny does not demand explanation. It demands discipline. Be careful of those who say, "You can tell me anything." Not everyone who offers near deserves to hear your truth. Some people do not want to listen to lighten your burden. They want to listen to carry your story into other mouths. They want to gather your secrets as currency, to spend them in gossip, to trade them for attention. Protect yourself. Not every listener is safe, and not every silence must be broken. understand this clearly, when you speak, you give away a piece of your power. The more you speak, the more pieces you give away, until one day you have nothing left for yourself. But when you keep your words few, when you reveal only what is necessary, you gather your strength like a mountain gathers snow on its peak, silent, patient, untouchable, and when the moment of action comes, that stored power becomes unstoppable. Do not underestimate envy. Envy is silent poison. It hides behind smiles, behind applause, behind kind words. But in the hearts of some who hear your victories, there is bitterness. In the minds of some who hear your plans, there is sabotage. If you do not reveal, they cannot envy. If you do not speak, they cannot twist. If you do not expose, they cannot exploit. Silence is not only wisdom, it is protection against envy. There is a saying, do not tell the world what you are doing until it is done. Why? Because unfinished work is fragile. Like a bird's egg, it must be kept warm, hidden, protected. If exposed too soon, it will break. Many have lost their destiny because they cracked their own egg open before its time. Be patient. Protect the nest of your dreams. Let it hatch in silence. Privacy is also about boundaries. Without boundaries, people will walk into your life like an open market, touching, taking, judging, interfering. But when you set boundaries, when you guard your privacy, you teach people respect. You teach them that your life is not open for public display. You teach them that access to your soul must be earned, not assumed. Boundaries are not cruelty, they are wisdom. They separate what is sacred from what is common. Learn to enjoy the power of being underestimated. When people do not know what you are planning, they assume you are doing nothing. When they assume you are doing nothing, they do not prepare against you. And when the moment comes, your rise is unstoppable because they never saw it coming. Silence turns underestimation into your greatest advantage. Think of the moon. Every night it shines, yet it never makes a sound. It does not need to announce itself. Its presence is enough. The ocean moves under its influence, and the world is changed by its pull. That is how you must live. Quiet, steady, influential. Your privacy does not make you invisible. It makes your presence undeniable. Many people reveal their struggles to gain sympathy. But sympathy is cheap. It comforts for a moment, but it weakens over time. Strength is built not by exposing your wounds to everyone, but by healing them in silence. When you heal privately, you rise stronger, with no one having seen your weakness, no one having witnessed your bleeding. And when they finally see you, they only see the strength, never the scars. That is power. There will always be temptation to overshare, to prove yourself, to defend yourself. Resist it. Silence in the face of doubt is strength. Silence in the face of insult is discipline. Silence in the face of curiosity is wisdom. You do not have to explain yourself to anyone. Your results will be explanation enough. Guard your heart, guard your mind, guard your vision. They are treasures, and treasures are never left in the open. They are locked away, hidden, protected. Treat your life the same way. When you learn to keep your life private, when you master the art of secrecy, you walk this world lighter, freer, stronger. You become untouchable. The world today has convinced many that exposure is strength, that if you do not show it, you do not have it, that if you do not announce it, it does not exist. But nothing could be further from the truth. The most dangerous weapon is not the one waving in the open. It is the one hidden, silent, unseen until the moment of strike. The most powerful people are not those who speak the loudest, but those who act when no one expects it. Privacy keeps your power sharp. Notice how the greatest storms begin. Not with thunder, not with lightning, but with silence. The air grows still, the world becomes quiet, and then, without warning, the storm unleashes its fury. That is how you must live. Let your silence be the calm before your storm. Let your mystery prepare the ground for your impact. When you move so powerfully that the silence before it makes sense. Too many people have lost their blessings because they showed their hand too early. They thought others would celebrate with them, but instead they met jealousy. They thought others would support them, but instead they met sabotage. Not because the dream was wrong, not because the blessing was not meant for them, but because they failed to protect it. Not everyone can handle the weight of your destiny. That is why it belongs to you, not them. You must also learn that silence creates respect. When you speak less, people listen more when you do speak. But when you are always talking, your words lose value. Imagine gold, it is rare, and that is why it is precious. If it were common, it would be worthless. Your words must be like gold, rare, valuable, precious. Do not cheapen them by speaking everything to everyone. There is another danger in revealing too much. You create expectations. The moment you announce your plans, people begin to watch, they begin to measure your progress. And if you stumble, if you fall, their eyes crush you with judgment. But if you had remained silent, you could have failed quietly, adjusted quietly, risen quietly. Privacy gives you freedom to grow without the weight of expectation. Understand this deeply: failure is not your enemy, but exposure of failure to the wrong crowd can be. Some people do not see failure as a lesson, they see it as entertainment. They do not cheer for your comeback, they laugh at your fall. Protect yourself from such eyes. Fail privately, learn privately, rise privately. And when you are ready, succeed publicly, leaving no trace of the struggles behind. Guard your emotions with the same strength you guard your plans. People who know how to move your emotions know how to control you. If they know what angers you, they will provoke you. If they know what excites you, they will manipulate you. If they know what saddens you, they will use it against you. But if you keep your emotions private, no one can control you. You remain unshaken, unmovable, untouchable. Privacy also builds inner peace. When you no longer feel the need to explain yourself, you are free. When you no longer feel the need to prove yourself, you are free. When you no longer feel the need to share every detail, you are free. And in that freedom, you discover a calmness that cannot be bought, a strength that cannot be stolen. Think of the roots of a tree. No one sees them. They are hidden deep underground. But they are the source of its strength, the reason it can stand tall against storms, the reason it can grow for centuries. Your private life is your root system. No one may see it, but it determines how high you will rise, how long you will last, how strong you will be. Guard your roots, protect them from careless exposure. And listen carefully. People will pressure you to reveal yourself. They will say, "What are you hiding?" They will say, "Why so secretive?" But you are not hiding, you are building. You are not secretive, you are strategic. Let them think what they want. Their misunderstanding is not your problem. Your only responsibility is to guard what is sacred. Even silence has a language. When you walk into a room and speak little, people wonder who you are. When you do not reveal your life, people become curious. When you do not explain, people speculate. Your silence gives you an aura, a mystery, a power. Do not waste it by spilling everything carelessly. Silence is not emptiness, it is presence, it is weight, it is power.